Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What a day in crypto. Today we had a big conference, or was supposed to be a big conference by Sachs and the crypto team here in the US, but it turned out to be a big nothing. And because of that, the market is trending down a little bit. But today's video is about Bearachain. They have a mainnet launch rather, and that's February 6th. And there's been a lot of hype about this coin. Big, strong community, another L1, EVM compatible. It's part of the Cosmos ecosystem using their SDK. And I wanted to take a look at it to see what's going on. So it's going to be released 2 days from now. No official exchange listings or anything like that. The belief is if you interacted with the test net and you interacted just swapping and using it, you were probably going to get some airdrops. And that'll be nice if you got some free airdrops of anything. It's like considered free money. However, past this airdrop phase and going into the bull cycle, is this a coin that we should be looking at, or me specifically that I should be looking at? So that's what today's video is about. Looking at Bearachain, looking at the community, seeing how it differs from other L1s in the space, and if it's worth my investment. So let's take a look at Bearachain. So today's news kind of dampened the mood a little bit with the crypto space, but that's okay. When it's down, we tend to get more. Everything's on sale, right? So let's look at Bearachain. Now, part of the community and why it's so strong and why it's getting a lot of lip service right now is because of its NFT community. So NFT launched in Ethereum and it did very, very well, and it's still holding up very well. The popular series is Bong Beers, and if you look at here just on OpenSea, you see that these things still, they're listing them for high numbers, 330 ETH, but the sales for 10 ETH for this one here. And then if you look at this one, they're listing for 373, but it's sold for 0.39. Nonetheless, these things still holding some value, right? So big community through the NFTs, and, NFTs slowly but surely are coming back up. So they had Bong Beers, and then they had this one as well. Bit Beers. So another one, right? It's kind of like the cyberpunk type real pixely. So not as high in value, but still holding value as well. So this is where the community originated from, right? So strong NFT community, has some utility, and now they have an L1. So I tried to look up the founders. They don't go by real names or anything like that. But when I looked up, according to AI, it's saying that Smokey the Bera is the co-founder, and the other co-founder is Papa Bear. And what it says about this co-founder is that he's built and scaled companies in multiple industries and worked in healthcare and pharmaceuticals and is a VC. The next one is Papa Bear, and he has worked with Smokey in venture capitalism. So that's all you get. And that is a big question mark for me. I like to know who's behind the project. They have a face. That's what I want to know. But this is not what I like. But hey, in crypto, it seems to be the norm. But you see this more so in meme coins, right? Where they don't hide they hide their faces and stuff like that. Although Jupiter is one, which is Dex aggregator on Solana, which is kind of holds the same, but not really, because you see the founder's face, and they just had a big conference, and everything's kind of transparent. So this is totally different. But I digress. So what makes these guys different from other L1s? So they have something called proof of liquidity, and they also have a token economy. And that's what makes them different. And I'm not going to get too deep into it, but this is a brief snapshot of it. So the proof of liquidity basically is a consensus mechanism that grants governance rights for liquidity provision, boosting network participation. Then they have economy. Basically, you have the BGT token, which is earned exclusively by providing liquidity, granting governance rights, and validator delegation power. Then you have Bera token, which is the gas token used for transaction fees and can be minted by burning BGT at a 1-to-1 ratio. Then you have their stable coin, which is Honey, which is pegged to the Circle USDC, serving as the ecosystem primary medium of exchange. So that is it right there. So that's interesting. So it looks like BGT basically is the governance token, and it's earned by providing liquidity. So that's interesting. I think BGT is earned basically if you stake That's one way of earning that. But that's different, a little bit different. What these guys are normally, what I'm used to seeing. Um, Users who provide liquidity or exchange or engage with the application on Bearachain can participate in the network's proof of liquidity system by earning and delegating BGT to validators. Interesting. This is kind of complicated, if I'm being honest with you. I just want to know if it's an L1, if it's fast, have a strong community, and if people are going to buy it. But I get it. You want to differentiate yourself between other L1s, and this is how they're doing it. Try token economy. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So looking at the website here, which is different, it's basically it starts from the bottom up, hence to show that it's you're moving up, and you see the bear with the balloons moving upwards. So here's the backers, a lot of VC backing. You have Samsung Next, Framework, Laser Digital, Arrington Capital, Amoka Brands, Polychain Capital. You pretty much see them in mostly a lot of startups, Robot Ventures. So, the major players, all the players that we normally see. So EVM compatible. And I read through, their white paper, I guess you can say, and they have plans to possibly be a Ethereum L2 as well. They're into, they have plans for RWA, plans for memes, DeFi. So everything that the popular L1s do now, they want to do that as well. So that's good, but the website is cool. It's fun to look at, easy to navigate. Let's take a look at their ecosystem. So ecosystem here, they have, like I mentioned, some GameFi, DeFi. Let's see here. They have some memes as well. I don't know what their main DEX will be, but they have a wallet. It's called Arcana Network. So a lot of gaming. I like to see that. They have SocialFi, Bera Baddies, Bera Infinity, and Bera Kingdoms. Wonder if that's like DeFi Kingdoms. Bera Market, NFT Market, Bera Buzz, DeFi, SocialFi, Build a Bera, which is like their incubator. So not too bad. Let me see. This might be their DEX here. Up, it is. So their DEX is called Bex. Haha. So once it's, I guess, MAINNET, you'll be able to, get some Bera, and most likely you probably have to trade either Cosmos or Ethereum in order to get it. But, that's probably how you're going to get it first off. Because right now I don't see that it's listed on any major exchanges. Cosmos, normally when their tokens launch, like, Say, and you had Celestia, they weren't listed on Coinbase at first. I think Binance listed one, and then BitMEX, I believe, was the other. So if you want to get in early after the launch and you didn't get an airdrop, you probably have to try to get it through their DEX. So that's that. And here you see that the mainnet launch is February 6th, and they talk about, the money that they raised from VCs and all the names we just listed that was on their website there. So that is interesting. But look at this. This is the main thing. Look at this. 966,000 followers, almost at 1 million followers for something that hasn't even launched yet. That is huge. If this thing has any legs, it's because of that. Everything I just talked about, the tri economy and all that other stuff, it's all about adoption, and the people are going to use this chain. And right now, as far as the community, they have it. I mean, look at that. Look at that. And then I want to see who follows them, people that I follow, if they're even paying attention to them. And yeah, Lady of Crypto is following them. Toli is following them for Solana. Miles is following them. So they have some buzz. People are interested. So you like to see that. Looking at their Discord, look at the members. They have 455,000 members on the Discord. However, and active, currently online, 26,000. And that could be partly because of the mainnet launch that's happening in a couple of days. But still, there are a lot of chains out there that don't have these kind of stats. So that is interesting. So looking at Cosmos ecosystem, last year, Cosmos, Celestia and Injective were very well, doing very, very well. And there was buzz that maybe somebody on the inside of Cosmos was funding these, and maybe that's what caused the pump. because they were pumping when other L1s and other coins weren't. And ever since then, things have dropped tremendously for that. And if we're looking at the top Cosmos projects here, you see Mantras on there, Celestia, Injective, and the market as a whole is dumping, right? Not dumping, but trading sideways, kind of choppy. But look at the volume, though. The volume is not really there. You know, the volume is not. Celestia is 165 million. Injective 178 million. Say 149 million. I mean, the volume is not really popping like that. So that remains to be seen. Could that be a product of, right now, market is everything's going to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin dominance currently is at 60%. If you see that there, ETH dominance at 10%. So definitely Bitcoin is on the rise right now. And when altcoin season rises and it comes, could these benefit? Possible. But right now, Cosmos ecosystem not hot at all. And if we look at the other L1s, right, and just look at right now, where would Bearachain fit in this? Where would Bearachain and the Cosmos L1s, where would they fit? And, I don't know. Right now, if I'm looking at L1s and all the activity, it's all happening on Solana. It's all happening on Solana. Then you have the other narrative is going to be the US based tokens. With crypto regulation here in the US, you better believe it's going to be America first. If anything's going to pop off here. And if we look at here, Bearachain is not based in the US. They're actually based out of Cayman Islands, which is not, it's not going to help everything else I just talked about. So the only strong thing I see about Bearachain right now is they have a strong community. And that is, you can't take that away from anything. So you could throw all the metrics out the book. If you have a strong community and they drives the price up, anything can happen. Anything could happen. But again, let's look at these top US coins. And these are the ones, if you want to look at alts right now, it's going to be a big driving force for what's really going to be hot. They're talking about strategic reserve. They're talking about a fund, sovereign fund. And I guarantee you, chances are it's going to be US based coins. And Bearachain does not fit that criteria right now. So these are the ones, not financial advice. If you're looking to build a bigger position, you want to look at some of these. Injective is one, and Say. It's surprising that Bearachain isn't. I could be wrong, but from what I'm seeing, it isn't. And I stopped here at Pudgy Penguins because it's kind of similar background, right? Strong NFT community. These guys, however, came up and did a meme, it did pretty strong for a while. But if they get into an L1 or something like that, this is basically what Bearachain's doing. So, Now, I mentioned before, when they do launch, probably the DEX is probably going to be the best way to get it. But looking at Cosmos L1s that launched previously, they were normally, let's see here, Helix was the first to list Celestia when it came out, then BitCat, then OKX. And the big dogs like Gemini and Coinbase didn't come in until later. Then you have Say, when that one launched, it looks like Binance was the first one to launch that one. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about this one. My instinct is telling me that no. I missed out on the airdrop. If you would have done that, that probably would have been a safe bet, but I didn't do it. Now, if this altcoin season runs like I think it should run, I will monitor this project, because any project that has a strong and big community that tends to hold, especially if they stake this thing, can do very well in the future. But for now, if I'm being completely honest with you, I'm just building positions in what I already have. And right now, it's all going to be US based coins. And Solana is one of my biggest positions. And, right now, all the transactions, all the daily active addresses is running on this one chain here. The president even launched his meme coin on here. That speaks volumes. And right now, XRP, throw metrics out, decentralization, throw all of that out the box. But right now, they are killing it as far as activity and everything. Let me show you something before we leave. If I show you the amount of institutional interest in XRP, you would think it's crazy. It boggles the mind. XRP currently, last week, so week ending last week, VC money and institutional money going into XRP was $14 million, guys. Last week alone. right? And put things in perspective. Solana only had 4.5 million, and Ethereum had an outflow of 300,000. And so you mean to tell me, aside from Bitcoin, all the institutional money is going into XRP? And for the month of January, $105 million went into XRP. That's why I think this cycle is going to be different. I really think it's going to be different. So Bearachain for me is interesting, something to watch, but if you're not privy to the airdrop, it's probably something that you probably wait and see on a big dip, maybe get a little bit of a bag and see where it goes. But I'm a pass on Bearachain. So that's my video for today. Just a quick one. But I'm going to be on the lookout for these type of projects before they have the mainnet launch. I'm looking for some free airdrops. That way it takes the risk out of everything and you're just sitting on free money. So that's my video for today. Let me know what you think of Bearachain. If you're going to get the airdrops, if you're going to cop it after the airdrops drop, let me know. Talk to you later. Bye.